Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
What's next? I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The mayor of Minneapolis pushing back as the city council votes to get rid of the city's police department.
After the Minneapolis City Council voted unanimously to approve a radical proposal to change the city charter that would allow voters this November to do away with their police force. Embattled Mayor Jacob Fry posed some questions to the Democratic-led city council.
What are we talking about here? Is this about reductions in staff, or is this a wholesale elimination of police response to violent crime? I still can't answer that question.
The mayor is against dismantling police, and the measure faces an uphill battle before hitting the November ballot. The effort following the death of George Floyd and riots that led to hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott expressing frustration over what he says was the lack of willingness to compromise on his police reform bill earlier this week.
They said they had 20 issues with the bill. So I said, you can have an issue with every single issue you have on the bill. And if you can get the votes, we'll add it to it. They said no, and they literally walked out.
Last night, Democrats in the House passed a police reform bill, but its future in the Senate is not clear. 2 employees are dead, another critically injured at a warehouse in central Illinois. Police say they were all shot by another employee who was later found shot dead in his car. Police say he died of a self-inflicted wound. At the first coronavirus task force briefing in about 2 months.
We stand here today, we believe we've made progress. But as we are reminded, as we see cases rising across the South, that we still have work to do.
Vice President Mike Pence, more than 24 states have seen a dramatic rise in cases. America is listening to Fox News.
America's ready to get back to work. But to win in the new economy, you need every advantage to succeed. Smart companies run on NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. With NetSuite, you'll have visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. Everything you need, all in one place. Whether you're doing $1 million or hundreds of millions in sales, NetSuite gives you visibility and control so you can manage every penny with precision. You'll have the agility to compete with anyone, work from anywhere, and run your whole company right from your phone. Join over 20,000 companies who trust NetSuite to go faster with confidence. NetSuite surveyed hundreds of business leaders and assembled a playbook of the top strategies they're using as America reopens for business.
Receive your free guide, 7 actions businesses need to take now, and schedule your free product tour at netsuite.com/Fox. Get your free guide and schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/Fox. netsuite.com/Fox.
Nearly 9,000 new cases of COVID-19 reported in Florida, a 66% jump in the previous day's testing.
Part of, I think, the message is most of these people are asymptomatic. Most of them, if they do have symptoms, will be if they do have medical attention. But you are somebody that would potentially be able to spread the virus to more vulnerable groups.
Governor Ron DeSantis, who has banned the sale of alcohol in bars statewide, some local governments are restarting mandatory mask orders again. American Airlines will start booking flights to full capacity next week, matching the policy of United Airlines. The airline saying it will continue to notify customers if their flight is likely to be full and will let them change at no extra cost. It will also allow people to change seats if there's room. Delta, Southwest, Alaska, and JetBlue say they block middle seats or limit capacity, with some of them promising to continue that through September. The leader of Pakistan with praise for a notorious terrorist who was killed in his country.
Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan telling the country's parliament that Osama bin Laden was martyred by the Americans when U.S. forces killed the al-Qaeda leader in Pakistan 9 years ago. Opposition leaders criticising the remark, one saying bin Laden destroyed Pakistan, another accusing the Prime Minister of appeasing violent extremism. Khan's speech coming as the US accuses Pakistan of not doing enough to tackle terrorist groups. Simon Owen, Fox News.
The last of 3 Ku Klux Klansmen convicted in the 1963 Alabama church bombing that killed 4 black girls has died in prison. Thomas Edwin Blanton died in a prison near Birmingham. He was convicted in the bombing in 2001. His 2 accomplices were convicted in earlier trials. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
America's ready to get back to work. But to win in the new economy, you need every advantage to succeed. Smart companies run on NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. Receive your free guide right now at netsuite.com/Fox. That's netsuite.com/Fox.
Bruce Montalvo.
Continues to spread conspiracy theories.
Penchant for promoting bogus conspiracies as though they were fact.
Bruce Montalvo.
Conspiracy theory.
This is CNN, a network of Turner Broadcasting System.
Bruce Montalvo is the only radio talk show host that's not controlled.
Brian, get a picture of Mr. Marsh apologizing. Ready to go, sir. Kiss it. Huh? Apologize. Kiss it. You want me to kiss your... That's right, apologize. Okay, I'll, see here. Apologize.
Don't beat me, Massa! Please don't beat me, Massa! Don't beat that tired old body! No! Don't beat me, Massa! Please don't beat me, Massa! Don't beat that tired old body! No! No!
You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
We're an autonomous autocracy. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show, broadcasting live on Spreaker.com/the Bruce Montalvo Show. It is June 26, 2020. You're listening live. We're on TalkStreamLive.com, TalkStreamLive.com/the Bruce Montalvo Show. And you can join me in the chat room over at Spreaker.com/the Bruce Montalvo Show. They need to rename Martin Luther King. Yeah, because these black Leninist Marxists out there, that's what I'm calling them, the black Leninist Marxists, Black Lives Matter, black Leninist Marxists is really the real anagram for them. They should rename Martin Luther King Martin Luther King, because they don't care as long as their Gucci chains is made of gold. You know, the Gucci chains that are their handcuffs, and all those Nikes and iPhones that are tracking them, and the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci and the Nike. Oh man, they're continuing with their autonomous zone. You got to get in the zone, get in the autonomous zone. No, look, Martin Luther King was potentially a communist. He was definitely a provocateur. Possibly a communist, but you can't trust what the FBI says, right? But maybe back then you could, more than now. But
still, he was a communist agitator on paper, provocateur, Martin Luther King. He gets a statue. And they need to rename it Martin Luther King, because Martin Luther King, MLK, actually, he predicted that they were going to be unruly, that there was going to be a violent wave of his brothers out there that he didn't quite agree with, but then he was pushing the propaganda and the mantra and putting it in the subconscious of the people. So it's just terrible what's happening to the black communities right now, and it's again, the black community is shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, they don't even know how to hold the gun the right way. They don't know how to hold a gun the right way. They shoot themselves in the foot. And this whole social justice agenda is really like a big broom that's just sweeping the crime underneath the rug. You know, you think a big broom would come around and would sweep the crime away. But no, not this broom. This is a commie broom that is anything they do, whether it's break windows, beat people, burn people to death in their businesses and establishments. That's just social justice, right? So this is just the America we live in today, Martin Luther King's America, and you can pretty much guarantee that they got the 100% off discount over at Target, right? So this whole thing, I mean, what about Black Friday? Are they going to let Black Friday they're going to keep having Black Friday? I hear they're going after Disney and Splash Mountain now. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. What did that black dude ever do to anybody? And why are they just removing black people's faces off of things? I mean, isn't that racist to remove Aunt Jemima? Like, oh, no. That's racist for having a black person on a picture. Let's just erase all black people. Don't you see that's racist in itself? But this Black Friday mentality is now, since Dawn of the Dead, 1978, now to 2020, the coronavirus, you wouldn't be able to tell. You know, if they had freaking Dawn of the Dead, if those are real zombies, bloodthirsty zombies, or just morons out there. There's a lot of morons out there, just conformist morons. And what are you doing to not conform with tyranny? Okay, are you going outside? Because now they're saying you can't go outside and even freaking mow your own lawn. In places like New York, they've gone batshit crazy. But yeah, and on Facebook, at Bruce Montalvo Facebook, I put a picture of Mr. T with a black cube of Saturn on his head to show my solidarity. That's another thing, the whole black square. Is that the Kaaba? And the black cube of Saturn. I called Clyde Lewis the other day to tell him about this great Saturnian conjunction. And pretty much means all hell's going to break loose on December 22nd through the Saturn aligning with Pluto, all sorts of esoteric things. All hell's already been breaking loose, but we're really waiting for like all hell to break loose where there's like military everywhere. Okay. And they're going to get it. They're going to get it. If they keep thinking they can go and just use the promo code Floyd for 100% off at Target, then we're in for a hell of a lot more police brutality, let me tell you. But this year has just been a retarded year so far. But they're letting them get away with whatever they want, letting them loot, plunder, and it's just they think they have this autonomous zone, right? It's not auto zone; it's the autonomous zone, a system of government where all of them have the democratic power. But really, what they're going to do is go ahead and give this autonomous zone is going to be a system of government that's run by one person, and they're trying to give it to brain dead, racist ass, KKK, brain dead Biden. And when you have a population that are like zombies, Biden is starting to look like the ideal candidate for the zombies. Okay? I mean, I just hope to God they'll put him in because you see that the real plans have already been exposed. Hitler's master plan was pretty much revealed by G. Edward Griffin back in 1969. He said these white protesters would infiltrate the blacks and try to get justice on their behalf, really sabotaging them and targeting them for any further. Okay, but really, I mean, if you look at it, South Park, remember when South Park had that episode of Jesse Jackson and Randy Marsh had to apologize to Jesse Jackson by kissing it, kiss my ass. I mean, that's pretty much what they want all white people, all people to do. There's these Boule black society, Masonic. This is a Freemasonic psychological operation that is being run, and the blacks want you to bend over and kiss their ass. What they do, they want you to bend over and kiss their ass, and just because on what's that freaking show? What is it? Wheel of Fortune or whatever. You know, they have the letters you got to solve. Just because you got naggers wrong, like Randy Marsh. No, I'm just kidding. That was a funny episode, right? It looked like George Floyd was the cameraman in that South Park episode, but George Floyd, doesn't that sound a lot like George McFly? You know how they keep saying that Trump is a time traveler, and that the Back to the Future time travel movie was made after Trump, right? Because he's supposed to be Biff. So George McFly, Trump's wall, George McFly, George McFloyd, George Floyd. Did you see that? George McFly was murdered in the movie. Now we have George Floyd, right? Could that be some type of weird message from the past? But look, what's happening is that the dream that Martin Luther King had is being destroyed by assholes that are going around looting for Louis Vuitton and Gucci. And the New World Order is basically using a mass mind control Pavlovian agenda, on everybody. They want you to walk around and wear a mask. Oh my God, don't you know that you're like a superhero? Oh my God, you're a superhero if you put on a mask. You're saving lives. Don't you know superheroes wear masks? And you could be a superhero too. Don't you see the Pavlovian conditioning? It's all about taking down racist monuments and racist statues the whole time. It's like Bugs Bunny fighting with Confederate Yosemite Sam. Right? Wear a mask. Wow. Look, but people like de Blasio and Cuomo, who looks like Mo Sislak from The Simpsons, let me tell you, these are the highest form of scum. Like, you'll never find a bigger amount of scum and scumbaggery than New York City and de Blasio and Cuomo and all those people who are letting that place burn down. They say, oh, it's a healthy expression of anger. Really killing people, not letting them open their businesses. I mean, purposefully hurting the Trump economy. This is all communist rules for radicals, Saul Alinsky stuff they're doing Cloward, Piven, you name it. That's what they're doing. This whole black cube, the black cube of Saturn, the blackout Thursday. What are they going to do? What's next? What's the big event? Are they going to, because they're making everybody stay at home, are they going to knock out the power grid and then say, oh, well, it was all you people out staying at home using your air conditioning? Yeah, now we gotta detain you further. Wow. In the meantime, you can just kiss it. Kiss my black power ring while I go out and root for loot and loot a bunch of Nikes and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and iPhones that they could trace me on. Anyway, the number to call is 480-382-8451. The number to call is 480-382-8451. The COVID Marathon Zone continues. I'm going to be doing multiple shows, multiple topics. just covering the insanity from this fake manufactured virus to the not so fake violence that the black Leninist Marxists that are led by the Marxist Democrats and the bipartisan big government establishment in Washington are rooting for the looting, right? They're gonna burn this bitch down, and again, who's behind it? But Black Lives Matter has been funded by people like George Soros. It's not just Soros; it's a whole combine. But I mean, Soros is one of the front men who did give Black Lives Matter $33 million and helped them out with the whole Trayvon Martin thing. Been there funding these people. Bill Gates is connected to the bricks. I heard the bricks that they're putting out there to throw through people's establishments' windows during these riots. And Jay-Z took out an ad in the newspaper, just like there was that Back to the Future newspaper that said George McFly was in the newspaper. George Floyd, that was in the newspaper too. And Jay-Z took out a whole ad. That commie son of a bitch wants to talk about racism. These tyrannical goons want to talk about racism, like de Blasio, saying that we have a disease and we have to wear a mask and not spread it to others. Oh, yes. Well, what am I going to spread to others? Freedom? You want to muzzle me like I'm a slave? You want to make me walk on my knees? Next thing you know, they're going to tell people, oh, you can't walk upright if you're like 5'11" or 6 foot up. You got to crawl on your knees because coronavirus lives around 5'5". You know, the area, that general area, 5'5". So now you got to crawl on your knees. Look, I'd rather die than crawl on my knees. Emiliano Zapata. And they keep making up these new holidays like out of nowhere. Juneteenth, honoring these temper tantrum throwing criminals from Brooklyn because, they broke their chains of enslavement. No, you traded in your chains of enslavement for Gucci chains, courtesy of the New World Order. We'll play the South Park clip right here.
Brian, get a picture of Mr. Marsh apologizing. Ready to go, sir. Kiss it. Huh? Apologize. Kiss it. You want me to kiss your... That's right, apologize. Okay, I'll... see here. Apologize.
That's right, they want you to kiss it. Kiss it. They want you to do. Jay-Z literally has an anti-white medallion that he wears. He's part of a Prince Boule. That's why Prince is called Prince, because he's a Mason, Prince Hall Masons, secret societies. These are fraternities. These are secret societies and fraternities that they're hazing you. They love to haze people they're initiating, but they're not initiating you. They're actually initiating you into total hell. I'll be right back. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. Montalvo Broadcasting Network.
Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock, conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting edge designs of jewelry today. Go to etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy. ETSY.com and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy. Go to Antique Obsessions for the hottest in jewelry, antiques, repurposed, solid sterling silver, one-of-a-kind, handmade by Bruce and Jaja. Go to our Facebook, which is Antique Obsessions, or you can go to Etsy.com and go to Antique Obsessions, one word, or type it into your Google and find us there.
The stylish and hippest clothing around. Go to Poshmark.com. Poshmark.com at Anti-Culture. At Anti-Culture. The coolest, hippest apparel on the internet. Poshmark.com at Anti-Culture.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code ANTICULTURE. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code ANTICULTURE. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anticulture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Facebook says it will flag all newsworthy posts from politicians that break its rules, including those from President Trump. The news comes after multinational corporation Unilever announced it would boycott Facebook ads through the end of the year over what it called the amount of hate speech and divisive rhetoric on its platform. Salem Radio talk host Sebastian Gorka says Facebook's actions are part of a larger problem involving content control by social media giants.
The truth is today that there are 2 or 3 mega players in social media. It's the Alphabet company that owns Google and YouTube. It's Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, which is also Facebook owned. That's a cartel, or in certain instances, a monopoly.
Unilever owns such brands as Ben & Jerry's ice cream and Dove soap. The House approved a bill to make the District of Columbia the 51st state.
Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton says it's finally time for the people in the district to end being subjected to taxation without representation.
D.C. residents have been fighting for voting rights in Congress and local autonomy for 219 years.
Next up, the Senate, where Republicans like Arkansas's Tom Cotton are in the majority. He favors states like Wyoming over a much bigger D.C.
It has 3 times as many workers in mining, logging, and construction, and 10 times as many workers in manufacturing. In other words, Wyoming is a well-rounded, working-class state.
Cotton also criticized Democrats for prioritizing the statehood vote as demonstrations continue in the district. Ed Donahue, Washington.
President Trump says on Twitter that he has signed a strong executive order to protect monuments, memorials, and statues. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 730 points. This is SRN News. A religious organization sues a Delaware beach resort for ending a long-running Christmas nativity scene.
In 2018, officials in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, decided to end a decades-long practice of allowing a Christmas nativity scene on public property. The Knights of Columbus say that decision violates constitutional guarantees of free speech and free exercise of religion. Their lawsuit says officials have banned the nativity scene while allowing secular displays on public property. The city solicitor says officials tried to come up with an acceptable compromise and that he's disappointed that the group filed a lawsuit. George Bonzani, SRN News.
An appeal verdict has been received in the case of 3 imprisoned Iranian Christians. The The members of the Church of Iran had been serving 10-year sentences after being found guilty of promoting Zionist Christianity. After an appeal, their sentences were reduced to 6 years each. This is SRN News. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu faces a new court battle over his unpaid taxes. The latest from the Media Line's Lawrence Rifkin.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is making waves of late, but not only because he plans to annex parts of the West Bank. He's demanding that the state pick up more than $250,000 in back taxes owed for such expenses as a bulletproof limousine, but more critically, for work done on the swimming pool and gardens at his private villa in a Tony seaside town. This has ruffled more than a few feathers at a time of sky-high unemployment stemming from the coronavirus pandemic, but also due to the fact that Netanyahu is worth an estimated $14 million, making him one of the country's wealthier politicians. I'm Lawrence Rifkin, SRN News, Jerusalem.
More details at themedialine.org and srnnews.com. I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
There is a group in the Negro community advocating violence now.
Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon! Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon!
I happen to feel that this group represents a numerical minority. Surveys have revealed this. The vast majority of Negroes still feel that the best way to deal with the dilemma that we face in this country is through nonviolent resistance.
To descend further into lawless anarchy and chaos. Law and order will prevail. The looters, there's looting. You do have looting.
These people, it's Antifa. It's a lot of radical left bad people.
Exploiting this tragedy to loot, rob, attack, and menace. Hatred, chaos, rioters, looters, and anarchists. Violence and vandalism led by Antifa, radical left-wing groups, terrorizing the innocent, destroying jobs, burning down buildings.
And I don't think this vocal group will be able to make a real dent in the Negro community in terms of swaying 22 million Negroes.
Marching at the state fair, chanting horrific things. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon, they're saying.
I have a dream.
Black power. Black power to this particular point of view. And I contend that the cry of black power is at bottom a reaction to the reluctance of white power to make the kind of changes necessary to make justice a reality for the Negro. I think we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard.
But now, I don't know, it's a funny thing. It put hate in your heart.
That's what the niggas don't realize. If I got one thing against the black chappies, it's this. No one gives a damn. You have to take it.
That's right, kiss it. Kiss my black ass, Whitey. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show, June 26, 2020. The cops are out there macing people, macing black people who want you to kiss their black asses. The commies are planning on burning down the White House. They're planning on having South Park canceled. That's next on the agenda, but right now, they want you to kiss their black ass.
Kiss it. You want me to kiss your... That's right, apologize.
That's right. The riots and the government tyranny have killed more people than the COVID. Do you know that? Hey, brain dead idiot. Do you know that the riots and the government have killed, the government tyranny has killed more people than the COVID? But you don't know that because you're a brainless zombie. I gotta wear a mask. Let's riot. Let's riot. How about let's riot without masks? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, they can rape, they can kill. It's okay if they don't wear a mask while they're raping and killing people. And let me see. It's the crime is going up in these Democrat-run cities. The murder rate is going up. And they're still Pavlovianly conditioning you to think you're some kind of fucking superhero if you wear your mask. And another thing I'm noticing is people that when they use the hand sanitizer, they look like the Fly, like from the science fiction movie, the Fly. They're washing their hands like they're a fucking fly. That's like they're plotting something evil to do to you. They're shaking their little hands, constantly moving their little hands. And these healthcare workers, let me tell you, these healthcare workers, they're a bunch of fucking communists. They're a bunch of communists. Look, G. Edward Griffin, who's been on this show, is going to be on this show. He said it in this clip. He said it as clear as day. It's perfect. Couldn't have been said any better. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Fucking perfect. He said the communists are coming to get you. They're coming to bitch slap your mama, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it. Let's go to that clip.
As early as 1928, the communists declared that the racial differences among our people constituted the weakest and most vulnerable point in our social fabric. By constantly probing and straining at this one spot, they calculated that eventually the cloth could be torn apart and that Americans could be divided, weakened, and perhaps even set against each other in open combat. We mustn't kid ourselves into thinking that the communists have placed their agitators only into the black communities. They're working both sides of the street. They want hatred, violence, and bloodshed between the races, and they don't care how they get it or whom they use, even children if necessary. That the communist blueprint calls also for white retaliation and violence in the black communities. It's a very important objective for the Communist Party. The plans and preparations for a communist revolution of force and violence are far advanced. The organization behind these preparations has almost unlimited financial resources, and it provides both training and leadership based upon years of experience in many other countries. Our enemies are deadly serious about their task, and it's nothing short of national suicide for us to continue to ignore their plans and their progress. The strategy of the proletarian revolution calls for the quiet conversion of our government into a communist regime, but under the banner of socialism. In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
That's right. You see, he said it right on the money. And at the end of the day, people get this confused with racism. They get it confused with the class war. They get it confused with the racism. That's what it is. It's not racism. It's them building an elite class, them being part of a big club that you ain't in. And if you're not in their big club, then you're going to get beaten to death by their big club. Because the coronavirus has done a lot of things in 2020. It's done a lot of things for these people. They're not people, they're demons, they're reptilians. These reptilians, they have their own club. It's done a lot of things for them, the coronavirus. It has mainly created order out of chaos, the Abakal. You see the problem, reaction, solution, the whole dialect, the Hegelian dialect. And then you add in a little Cloward and Piven there, and just make everybody shut down their own personal economies. And what they're doing is, the coronavirus is doing, it's accelerating the Agenda 21, the UN, creating this real matrix around us. And this is just so much predictive programming you've been bombarded with to accept this coronavirus at this point of your lives. I mean, if you go back to when you were a kid, you're playing the Sega Genesis, they had Mortal Kombat, all the bitches were wearing freaking masks, and the ninjas were wearing masks in the video game, and Fatality, and whoopsie, and all that, and they're wearing freaking masks the whole time. And they conditioned you. That's what it is. Classical conditioning. You're a good little dog. You're gonna sit here. You're not gonna piss on my carpet, or I'm gonna beat the living crap out of you and make you literally taste your own pee. Because I'm gonna make you grab your head and I'm gonna make you lick your own piss, because you weren't supposed to piss on this carpet, you little son of a bitch, but you pissed on it. So now I'm gonna rub your face in it. That's what the New World Order does to all of us. They just keep kicking us like we're some dog in a back alley, kicking the shit out of us. And that's what this coronavirus is. It's a massive eugenics weapon. And let me tell you, America is like that book, Casey at the Plate. Right? It's the bottom of the ninth. You're down by a couple of runs. And you got the tying runs and the winning run all on base. And you got the crappiest batter at bat now, because he's been beat up by so many years fighting these communists that he can't fight no more, so he needs your help. And that's America. America's like Casey at the fucking plate, about to strike out. Okay? And if you don't get up off your ass and you stop conforming with the tyranny, if you don't get up off your ass and say, no, I'm not going to wear your mask. No, I'm not going to not mow my lawn. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, if I mow the lawn, I'm going to get corona. Oh my God, I'm going to get the rona if I go outside. No, you're being a little bitch, okay? Grow some balls and say fuck you to these people. Go outside and mow your lawn and play basketball and ride a skateboard and live your life without fear, because that's what this is. This is the science of fear, okay? Their science is a bunch of bullshit, but it's not bullshit when it comes to the fear, okay? They want you scared. They want you scared shitless. They want you so scared that you think there's going to be a alien invasion next, and they're all going to come and laser us in our own houses, right? Hey, that could very well happen, okay? But this is a manufactured virus, manufactured by the New World Order, manufacturing this new counterculture while this virus is going on to riot. I want to be part of the new it culture. Oh, the throw a brick culture, right? Yeah. Now look, there's only one culture that matters, and it's Anti-Culture, our store. Anti-Culture on Poshmark.com. If you go to Poshmark.com/closet/anti-culture, that's Poshmark.com/closet/anti-culture. Go there. We have hats, apparel, all sorts of cool merchandise on that store, and it helps support the network and the show. We'll also have Montalvo store, eBay.com, advanced search Montalvo store, and you go and you help out. We have hats, books, apparel, all sorts of books, Patriot books, Patriot apparel. You go to Montalvo store, advanced search Montalvo store, eBay.com, and Poshmark.com/closet/anti-culture. And we have literally the best apparel, the coolest, the hippest clothing on the internet. Put up there and basically curated by Jaja and I. So you know there's going to be mad style in there. The best styles just for you. And yeah, so stay tuned to this station. We will be continuing the COVID marathon, the Twilight Zone COVID Zone marathon. And yeah, maybe by the next show. The next show's coming around. All the Confederate statues will be gone. They already feel much safer now because they got rid of Elmer the Fudd's guns and Yosemite Sam's guns because he was still fighting for the Confederacy. Yeah, the Confederacy. Yeah, that Bugs Bunny, he put him in his place. So you've been listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. We'll be right back. But I'll tell you a couple of things that aren't going to be right back. Aunt Jemima ain't going to be back. Cream of Wheat ain't going to be back. They're going to get rid of all the black people on all the products. Remember that lady, that black lady that was giving chicken at Popeye's Chicken? She was like the Popeye's Chicken black lady that would have chicken on a platter. She's next. South Park is next. So you best kiss it. Kiss my black ass. You've been listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. We'll be right back.